Hello everyone, T-Man978. I'm reviewing Transformers Masterpiece Sunstorm. Things of note before I begin. I have the hiccup, so if you hear one, I'm not going to edit that out. They drive me crazy. I finally have over 100 subscribers. Yay! And I'm going to attempt to make this review as short as possible. I'm going to try to make it less than 15 minutes. Wish me luck. If I do it, give me a like. If you like this video anyway, and it's over 15 minutes, give me a like anyway. Anyway, here we go. Here's Sunstorm and his beautiful masterpiece packaging. Down here we see he's designated as a Decepticon Spark Hunter. He has that nice Toys R Us exclusive logo right there. I didn't notice this until before I started filming, but you can see an image of him right there. And this image of what he looks like in toy form is not accurate. This is the first mold of the Seeker, Masterpiece Seeker mold, and he doesn't look like that out of packaging. He's the second version of the Seeker mold. Here is the bio if you want to read that. Here are the tech specs, and here are the tragically inaccurate toy packaging on the back of the box right here. Here are a few features and whatnot. And if you're new to the Masterpiece packaging, they just have, it's a nice box with a card wrapped around. That's why the Transformers name is covered right there. But anywho, let's get to the actual toy. Here's Sunstorm in jet mode. You may have seen this mold before, but don't worry, I'm not going to cheat you. I'm going to show you everything as if he's brand new. Anywho, here's his jet form. You see nice molded in details right there. See his cockpit with his holographic rider inside, which would be Dr. Arkeville. So I don't know why they shipped him with him instead of the generic pilot that Thundercracker came with, but whatever. Sunstorm in the comics is a clone of Starscream. Now there are several jets that look just like Starscream, but Sunstorm is the only one that's a direct clone of Starscream. And I hope I said Sunstorm. This little guy doesn't sit tight in there. He wiggles all around, which is annoying. You can open this nose cone and get the radar dish right there. The landing gear can fold up. It can fold up back here too. It rolls very nice. Unfortunately, the landing gear doesn't lock, and you can see that it'll just drop it when you try to roll back. This little flap can come up. Now, this rod and every other Seeker is die cast, but this feels plastic to me, just silver plastic, silver chrome plastic. These flaps bend there. I think they can do that in the real jet. These are adjustable. The thrusters are adjustable, and this flap, these flaps come up to show engine detail right there. And they move independent of each other. I think that's like a rear brake. Here's what he looks like on the undercarriage with his little gun cannons attached right there. And you can see the annoying product details right here on both sides. Sunstorm comes packaged with his own personalized flight stand. You can see his name there, Decepticon logo, some mechanical details right there. And these are some optional missiles right there. If you take this little hook and notch it right here, And then squeeze those little yellow parts into the flight stand, which is very difficult on this particular mold. On Sunstorm to be exact, I mean. You can fit him on that flight stand right there. I never really noticed this, but he has like some green detail on the wings right here. Did I go over the flame detail right there, which is really nice. Shiny. Came out really good. He doesn't really, he sits crooked. This is like my third time putting him on there, and he's always kind of crooked. This clear plastic part can be slid off right there, the stand. And if you don't want to use it, it can be stored underneath of the display base right there. He also comes with this little yellow plastic hook thing right there, right here. And if you have the Masterpiece Megatron gun, you can clip it around Megatron right there and attach it right here into the nose cone to mimic that one time Starscream did this in a cartoon with Megatron. So you can like fly around with Megatron shooting people. The optional missile for real life jet authenticity. You can move these laser cannons right there out of the way and attach the missiles underneath the wing right here. And here's something that sucks. This version of this mold right here, the tail fins love to just continuously popping off both of them. In fact, he feels extremely way more cheap than any of the other Seekers I've purchased. Even the Thundercracker that came out right before this one. If you want to, these are on a ball joint. You can just pop that completely off and put the missile right here. So now here he is with missiles. One noteworthy thing, Sunstorm's weapons, actually the Masterpiece Seeker mold weapons, the laser cannons can actually attach to standard 5mm ports on other figures. Not only can these connect, but the missiles can actually connect. They can hold them in their hands and whatnot as weapons. Now these don't stay in place as good because that's not a really big peg right there. But as you can see, they can connect to other robots. Here he is next to Leader Class Jetfire. Generations Leader Class Jetfire. In jet mode, they're close to the same length. He's a little bit longer. Of course, this is more bulkier and heavier. But let me bring another jet in. Leader Class Starscream from the Hunt for Decepticons line, I believe. If not, Revenge of the Fallen line. But this is way more bulkier. They're about the same length. And he's thicker and has electronics. And he was about $20 cheaper than what a Masterpiece Seeker costs. Good luck finding that Starscream for $20 cheaper than what he costs nowadays. But here's Sunstorm next to Thundercracker, a more popular Seeker mold. Or Seeker, I should say. To me, I like the colors on Thundercracker a lot better. And here's his little pilot dude. A generic silver painted pilot. But of course they're the exact same mold. Transformation. Pray for me. Good Lord. Anywho, I'm going to take the landing gear, put that up. Now what do I want to do? Gonna move these weapons out of the way. Fold these flaps in. Lift these up They like to fall off, so they might fall off during this. Now we want to loosen up the arms that are pegged in 2 places up there. That actually is about more than 2 places. I'm going to loosen that up a little bit. And there goes that tail fin. Loosen that up on both sides. Now we can spread that out like that. It's been a minute and I haven't even done anything yet. I'm going to lift this middle part up, which is very difficult. Lift that up. This is die cast right there. Now we could put our fingernails in there and lift these 2 flaps up. And we can go ahead and flip this up and peg it into the hole right there. Okay. Now we can rotate this out, revealing his hands. Bring the hands down, twist them that way. Bring this out, bring it down, twist it that way. And go ahead and rotate that way. Rotate the forearms that way. Now, you could take this middle part right here, separate it, rotate it out like that. Rotate it out like this, leaving a big gap right there. Now we take the nose cone, bend it down like that and like this. This cockpit, you don't have to remove the doctor right there. Fold that in and close the cockpit. Now we rotate the nose cone in this way, and at the same time his head wants to come through this little area. Make sure everything's straight is kind of difficult a little bit, but we can get it through there, and his little ear things spread out to the side, they collapse in to go through that little gap. Bring the nose cones in. Rotate everything like this. Just peg this wing back that wants to keep coming out. The nose cone can actually collapse some into his back. Take this peg right here, put it into the nose cone, and bend everything up onto his back. Now, rotate the arms this way, bring the chest panel down, try to keep this underneath of that little shoulder piece right there. Now we can slide all this down. Actually, I messed up something because this crotch plate got in the way. Slide that down. These wings keep coming unpegged. We can stretch the legs down. I'm gonna leave the legs, the wings alone. Stretch the legs down. Oh gosh. This toy. This is why I didn't review this guy several months ago. It's been almost 5 minutes. Pull this panel down, revealing the foot, rotate it like that. Pull this panel down, rotate it that way. Slide these side wings up. Now, put everything together that keeps falling apart. Peg the wings back into his back. Put these tail fins back on the side of his leg. Don't bend them all the way back, because they'll just pop right off, which is freaking annoying. I notice I say that a lot, freaking annoying. Take the wing, the cannons, rotate them like this. Actually, I did that wrong. Rotate this way. Collapse them. Rotate it this way. Oh Lord. This way. And then collapse. 6 minutes. And you could bring these forward. And pretty much now we have Sunstorm and robot mode. In robot mode, you can see why a lot of people refer to this guy as Ronald McDonald Sunstorm, because of the color scheme they decided to put this guy in. Typically, Sunstorm is usually like orange, like a bright orange with white detail and some red detail, but here they decided to make him yellow. Now, the main thing I dislike about their color choice is his forearms. Normally a seeker's hands are the same color as the forearms, and here they made the forearms yellow. And I'll bring the package in. Right here, even though this is the wrong toy mold, you can see that they painted that white right there. And I wish they would have did that with the actual toy. But anyhow, he looks decent. I like his face. It's nice red Decepticon eyes and a chrome, well not chrome, but silver painted face. They put details in his little vents right there. But overall, he's decent. Now, like I already mentioned, he feels a lot more cheaper than the other Masterpiece Seeker Jets that I have. And if you've never experienced these guys, he has a ball jointed neck with 2 points of articulation. You can look up that much. You can probably go up a little bit higher, but I'm probably going to break his head off. You can look down. You can look and that far, left and right. Arms can go out that much. They can rotate, but you have to hold the pectoral right there. Nice ratchets. Bicep swivel, 2 points at the elbow. And in his elbow, he has a piston joint in there for some extra added detail, because he doesn't really need that. Wrist rotate 360. There's a thumb that's on a ball joint. Here's the fingers that are on the ball joint at the knuckles. These 3 fingers are connected and they bend at the knuckle, the mid knuckle. So of course he can like point and whatnot. His waist turns barely at all. I should mention that all of this right here is die cast painted yellow. Here's something that's annoying, the way his body slides up. That does not lock into place. It always slides up on all of these. His legs can kick up that much. Kick back that much. Go out to the side that much. Thigh swivel. Double joining these. And the toe rotates right here and goes in, but I don't know if that really helps posability that much. But this stupid fin keeps falling off. You have to just bend it ever so slightly. But as you can see, he can stand very good on his own, unlike the original mold for the Seekers. is what he looks like from the back. If you want to, you could store these missiles back there. Let me bring in his display stand. The stand is in this orientation in jet mode, but if you take it off, you can slide it back here. So we can take this little peg on his butt and peg it in right here on the stand, which is somewhat difficult. But now he's good for flight poses. Twist him. You can look down on the unworthy Autobots or unworthy Transformers, because Sunstorm in the comic was a bit nutty and believed he was like some sort of cyber angel, better than everybody else. And he irradiated toxic energy that basically melted and burnt up any other Transformer that was near him besides Starscream. Starscream was somehow immune to his powers. But anywho, let's get some comparisons in here in robot mode. Here he is next to Masterpiece Soundwave. Soundwave is a little bit taller. Second version of Masterpiece Optimus Prime, who is way taller. Hunt for Decepticons, Revenge of the Fallen, Leader Class Starscream, who is a beast next to this guy. Finally, Generations Jetfire, who's slightly taller but has way less engineering than this guy and a lot more fun to transform. I was going to compare him to Thundercracker, but you saw what I just went through transforming him into robot mode, and Thundercracker is still a jet. He's going to stay a jet forever. Here's what he looks like. So you can see the size difference between jet and robot mode. Anywho, let's end this. A couple more features. If you have the Masterpiece Megatron handgun, the Seeker mode can hold it. And he has the cluster missile chest thing that's tragically unpainted right there. But anyway, Sunstorm. Is he worth it? I don't know. I've had more fun. I bought him and Generations Jetfire at the same time. And amazingly, I've played with him more than Jetfire. But the mold has been reused and reused and reused. And he feels really, really cheap. And the color scheme, it doesn't bother me much. Like I said, I wish they painted that white, but they didn't. It doesn't really bother me much, but I just wish he didn't feel so cheap, and these little fins right here didn't just pop off so easily. Like this one over here really pops off. Just looking at it, it'll pop off. But other than that, I mean, it's the Seeker mode. If you like that, and you can deal with this color scheme, I say get them. Other than that, I would say possibly look at the Japanese version, which has a way better color scheme. But if you're too cheap, I would say go with this. But like I said, he feels cheap, so you have to worry about that. Anyway, if you like this review, give me a thumbs up. Subscribe, share, comment with any type of questions you might have or anything you want to tell me. If you want to congratulate me for my over 100 subscribers, do that. Until next time, T-Man978 out of here.